Pride of Higara. This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shah. Looks like you could use a hand. Attention all Sobani, pick your targets and engage.
Hello everyone, this is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard the Starship Enigma for another episode of Homeworld Tactical Fleet Simulator Ship Showcase Series, where we are showing off the Vaygr ships. Today, we are taking a look at all the Captial Ships. And before we actually get going, I just want to say that Homeworld 2 doesn't have really good formation systems, and when you tell your fleet of ships to move, it just puts them in this grid formation. And I don't know why, but for some reason this time it did a really good job on the actual formation when I built all these ships and told them to move out. So we have the cruiser here, we have the destroyers here, the battlecruisers below it, the carriers protecting the entire fleet, and then the large production ships behind them. I didn't actually organize this, I just told them to move and it just made this formation. So really cool. So without further ado, this is going to be a longer episode than normal because we're going to go through all of the Captial Ships and production ships and just talk about them. So this might be kind of like a 40-50 minute video. Just giving you guys a heads up. And the background music is provided by Tara. If you guys don't know, she is, well, that's the other computer, ignore that one. She is the little XP computer that I use to play some of these games. And before we actually start, okay, it's got all the music in. I was like, why was it 45 minutes? But it just updated to an hour. So never mind, ignore everything I just said. But anyways, let's get into the actual game and start talking about all of these different Captial ships we can build in this mod. So, the first Captial ship we can build is the Light Missile Destroyer, which is the normal destroyer class you would have in Homeworld 2. And bring this up so you guys can see the statistics, and let's go ahead and we'll take a look at it. It looks pretty much the same as the normal destroyer, except it's been modified with some different weapons. But yeah, let's go ahead and read about it. Light Destroyer DLG-90. Primary role, anti-frigate. Secondary role, anti-Captial ship. Subclass Destroyer, build time 105 seconds. And just like the Higaran side, all the Captial ships have their own build time, so you know how long it's going to take for that ship to be available. Tech level, Mark 1 Destroyer. Engagement range, medium. Prerequisites, Captial ship facility, and destroyer light chassis. So very simple. Armament comes with 2 MRG 200 dual flatshed rail gun turrets, so that's 400mm brown barrels, and that will be this guy up here. We can get a little bit better look, and the other one down here. Also comes with 4 VLASM, which is 50 kilotons of TNT fusion missile launchers with a range of 6 kilometers. And that would be the missile valley right here on the side. And it also comes with 4 KAC-35 rapid-fire hull defense guns, which are kind of integrated into the hull, so it's kind of really difficult to see. But that's just some basic fighter defense weapons that the ship has. Strong versus frigates, destroyers, and carriers. It's a Captial ship killer. It is really good against the frigates because of the large cannons and the fast-moving torpedoes, but it's not good against battlecruisers and whatnot. It doesn't quite do enough damage to handle them. It's mediocre versus nothing, and it's weak versus fighters, corvettes, cruisers, and battleships. It's weak versus fighters and corvettes because of the same reason. It does have some hull defense guns, but it's not going to stop a large squadron of bombers killing this thing. It's more just there for just some added protection until a fleet of fighters comes in to help it out. Okay, and then next we have the Heavy Destroyer, which is the upgraded version of the Light Destroyer. And as we take a look at that, we can see it has more missile salvos available. It's still got that powerful kinetic turret down and on top. And I think that's about it when it comes to the main missile armaments for this guy. Anyways, let's go ahead and read about it. Heavy Destroyer DHG-92. Primary role, anti-frigate. Secondary role, anti-capital ship, so same as the light destroyer. Subclass, Advanced Destroyer. Build time, 135 seconds, so about 30 seconds more than the light destroyer. Tech level, Mark II Destroyer. Engagement range, medium. Prerequisites, capital ship facility, destroyer light chassis, and destroyer heavy systems. So this guy comes with 2 MRG 400 dual flat-jet rail gun turrets. Again, that's the gun turret on top, gun turret on bottom. And then it comes with 6 VL ASM 50 kiloton TNT fusion missile launchers of 6 kilometer range. So it's got another additional turret, or another additional missile launcher on the side. And it also comes with 1 MRM-8X10 launchers. That one, I'm not exactly sure where it's located, but that is a powerful missile launcher. It might be back here, like towards the back. Oh, zoomed in a little bit too far. It's somewhere on the ship. Boop, boop, boop. But anyways, it also comes with 6 SRM-9 launchers. Wow, I think it might be this thing back here. Let's take a look at the light one real quick. No, it's not what I'm thinking. Not sure. I'm not entirely sure where those ones are located. It also comes with 4 KAC 35 rapid fire, 35 millimeter rapid fire hull defense guns, which I'm assuming were probably in the same locations as the original. Strong versus frigates, destroyers, and carriers. A mediocre versus fighters, corvettes, light cruisers, and I would probably, it's mediocre versus light cruisers because of the extra firepower of those additional missiles. And it's mediocre versus fighters, I think, because of the MRM-8 launchers, because I think those are only 8 kiloton launchers, and launches a lot of them. So it could probably take down a decent amount of fighters and corvettes if it's like a small group of them. And weak versus bombers and battleships, because it doesn't do the firepower to take down a battleship. And bombers are anti-capital ship fighters, and this isn't exactly an anti-fighter capital ship, so yeah, not good against those. But yeah, that's the Heavy Destroyer, the upgraded version of the normal destroyer. Next, let's take a look at the cruiser class.
Roger.
This is the light cruiser, which looks pretty cool. I believe this is the most powerful ship that you can build from the Mothership, the Vaygr Mothership. Let's go ahead and read about it. So, light cruiser. Unit role, anti-capital ship. Subclass, light cruiser. Build time, 155 seconds, about 20 longer than the heavy destroyer. Tech level, Mark I cruiser. Engagement range, long. So it's not it has a lot of weapons that can shoot from very far away. Prerequisites, capital ship facility, CVG tech, and cruiser light chassis. Armaments comes with 4 VL ASM 50 kiloton launchers, 50 kiloton TNT launchers at range of 8 kilometers. Is that the same? Oh, they have a little bit longer range than the destroyer variant. Okay, good to know. And that's these missile launchers right here. Also comes with 1 HLC 20 gigawatt pulse cannon. Oh my god. 20 gigawatt pulse cannon. Where the heck would... Oh, this is where it is. Right here is the launcher for it. Holy crap, 20 gigawatt. That is a lot of firepower. No wonder this is an anti-capital ship vessel. Also comes with 3 SRCM-5 launchers, which I believe are the same launchers that the assault frigate have. They're 5 kiloton launchers, so they are fast-moving anti-fighter missile launchers. Which I'm sure it probably launches from the side somewhere. Just not entirely sure where they would be located. And it also has a 1 PLC 175 megawatt rapid fire laser turret, which is down here at the bottom. See if we can get a little better view of it. There we go. Cool. Very cool vessel. Strong versus destroyers and frigates makes sense. It's a cruiser class, so it's going to be able to wipe out frigate class ships no problem, especially if it can line up its 20 gigawatt pulse cannon. But I think the missiles would be better against the frigates, since frigates can kind of outmaneuver those. And the destroyers is obviously because of that pulse laser. And in mediocre versus fighters and corvettes, and that's because of the anti-fighter missile launcher, the SRCM-5. And in weak versus bombers and battleships, again, doesn't have the firepower to take down battleships, even with a 20 gigawatt pulse cannon. And weak versus bombers, because even though it has anti-fighter weaponry, it's not designed to take out like fleets of bombers. It could probably handle a couple on its own, but like 5 squadrons or more will easily wipe this guy out. Description: light cruiser armed with extended range fusion missiles and a single heavy pulse cannon optimized for long range attacks. Yeah, this guy isn't really designed to be like up close and personal with the enemy. He's more designed to stay back by like the missile group of the fleet and provide some long range artillery assistance. Its medium armor does not hold up well against prolonged close range engagements against heavy destroyers and heavy cruisers. Oh. I do like the engine layout though. That's so freaking cool. Okay, and then we are gonna go move over to the other cruiser class so we can get that one out of the way, the heavy cruiser, which I really like because it has a lot of influences from the Titan heavy cruiser. It's got the powerful cannons at the front, and it's got these little wings that have multiple guns on them as well. I really like the design of the ship. I like it in complex, I like it in simplex, and I like it in this mod. It's really cool. Okay, let's go ahead and read about it. Heavy cruiser CHL 97, and this is the first like battle cruiser class that you can build from the shipyard. You can't build this from the Vaygr mothership because it's too wide. It won't come out of the hangar. So it's got to be built from the shipyard. So, unit role, anti-capital ship, subclass heavy cruiser, build time 160 seconds. I think that's just, yeah, it's like 5 seconds longer than the light cruiser. Tech level, Mark II cruiser, engagement range medium, prerequisites, capital ship facility, hyperspace tech, shipyard, and cruiser heavy chassis. So lots of research required to get this guy unlocked. Armament comes with 5 HLC 9 gigawatt triple barreled impulse turrets. It's got one of those up front, one there, one on the bottom, one on the right, and one on the left. Lots and lots of firepower being thrown away with this guy. So that would be, if we multiply that all together, that would be 135 gigawatts of power. 135 gigawatts of pulse power hitting you in the face. Lots and lots of firepower that this guy has. Also, that would be a very big fusion power plant to provide that much power. It would be really large. It also comes with 24 MRAM-30, which is 30 kilotons of TNT missile launchers, which also has a docking bay too. You can dock fighters and whatnot into it. Where would that be located? Where would the missile launcher for that thing be located? Man, I love the design of the ship. It's so freaking cool. It's on here somewhere. I'm just blind. Also comes with 4 MLC 175 megawatt rapid fire laser cannon turrets, which I believe that is like anti-fighter turrets, if I remember. Because that megawatts or that power draw is really low. Oh, there's one of the missile launchers. Let's see. There's one of them. So there's a defense turret. There's a defense turret. And there's one, and then there's one on the other side. So cool. And then it has one EMP missile launcher. It has a 6-kilometer range when upgraded. Okay, so that's what this guy is. That's the EMP launcher, I would believe, because that looks like a really small silo. I don't think that's the 24 like missile silo thing. It looks like 6. So the 24 missile silo on this thing is somewhere. Oh, wait. We have to build that. Oh, that's why I can't find it. It's probably the same thing with the cruiser class. So let's go ahead and build this guy.
All going smooth here. Confirmed.
That way we can see it. Let's go back to the shipyard while that's being built. And then upgrades 1 MWS hardpoint. Oh wait, that's what I'm actually putting on it. Okay. Wonder, did I just tactical EMP warhead? No, that's just the EMP thing. Maybe that's
keep it moving.
Maybe that's something. It should automatically be on it. Oh well, whatever. Strong versus destroyers, cruisers, and frigates. This is your anti-cruiser, anti-destroyer, and if you can track it pretty well, the anti-frigate. Capital ship. Pretty much anything other than a battlecruiser, this thing will be able to handle no problem. And yes, even with that much firepower, it's still not a match for a battlecruiser, which is pretty cool.
Acknowledged.
Alright. That's the little missile launcher, the MRM missile launcher that I put on this guy. The MRM-8, which intercepts fighters and corvettes, because that's an 8 kiloton TNT missile. So it adds a little bit more anti-fighter, anti-corvette defenses for the ship.
Ready.
Okay. And it's mediocre versus fighters and corvettes, because it does have a decent amount of fighters and corvettes defenses, but again, it's not designed to engage those types. It's designed to protect itself from those from fleets of fighters and corvettes until other anti-fighter, anti-corvette escorts can come in to assist it. And weak versus bombers and battlecruisers, because it doesn't do the firepower to take down battlecruisers, and it's not exactly designed to kill fighters, just to defend itself long enough for fleets to come in to help out. Description: heavy cruiser armed with turret-based pulse laser cannons. Heavy cruisers are heavily armed and able to outlast destroyer-class vessels at close to medium-range combat, relying on brute force for survival in the close range engagements they excel at. So yeah, just like how the heavy cruiser on the Titan side is designed to survive long periods of time and fight and do a devastating amount of damage against enemy capital ships, this guy is pretty much the same concept. Except unlike the Titan heavy cruiser, he actually does have some defenses against fighters and bombers. Alright. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at our carriers. We got 2 carriers we can build from this faction.
Confirmed.
We have the auxiliary carrier, which is pretty much the same carrier as the Homeworld 2 Vaygr carrier.
Flagship.
So let's go ahead and read about it. Auxiliary carrier. Primary role, ship production and repair. Secondary role, ship transport and resource controller. Subclass carrier. Build time 40 seconds. These things build very, very rapidly. Tech level, Mark 1 production ship. Engagement range medium. Prerequisites, capital ship facility. So you just need that in order to build it. So very, very simple. Armaments comes with 1 HLC 500, which is 500 megawatt dual laser turret, which It's on here somewhere. Oh, I think it's this thing up here. Yeah, I think it's that thing right there. And also comes with 8 KAC 35mm rapid-fire hull defense guns, which are integrated into the hulls, so we can't actually see them until they're firing. And when you upgrade it, it comes with a VLSR CM5 concussion missile launcher, which is the anti-fighter missile that assault frigates come with. So it has a little bit of fighter defenses, pretty much no corvette defenses and above. But again, this is a production ship, so it's designed to build ships for the fleet and be a docking bay for nearby asteroids for harvesters that are gathering materials for the fleet. Nothing really special about it. Strong versus none, mediocre versus fighters and corvettes because of the hull defense guns and the missile launcher. And weak versus bombers, frigates, and anything bigger than a frigate. Because again, it's not a combat ship. It's a production ship. Description: auxiliary carrier with multiple roles, including ship production, resource processing, fighter and corvette, hyperspace shunting, and tactical command. It's also designed to, talk to the fighters and corvettes that they're in combat so they know what they're doing. Alright, and next we have the Strike Carrier, which is a carrier unique to this mod. It's basically a battle carrier. And let's see, it's still got that weapon up there. I think it has like a couple other weapons. But let's read about it. Strike Carrier, multi-role combat ship, CVG-103. Secondary role, anti-fighter, anti-corvette. Subclass strike carrier, build time 95 seconds, so it takes a lot longer to build this than an auxiliary carrier. Engagement range medium, prerequisites, capital ship facility, and CVG tech. Armaments comes with one HLC 500 megawatt dual laser turret, which is this thing up here, and I think that's upgraded from the auxiliary carrier. Nope, it's the same one. Okay. Is the range upgraded? Nope. Also comes with 6 VL ASM 50, which are 25 kiloton variant fusion missile launchers. So not quite as punchy as the destroyer class, but still a decent amount of firepower. I would say those are more like anti-frigate missiles than anti-destroyer missiles like the destroyer class. Well, the destroyer ones are... Yeah, no, I'm thinking of the hull defense guns on the destroyer class, so they could probably handle frigates pretty well. Where would those be?
Confirmed.
Gotta be on the carrier somewhere. Oh yeah, and you can also build like different things on the carrier, which I didn't do. The more defense guns and stuff like that.
Roger.
Nope, you're not what I want. And it also comes with 4 SRM-7 launchers, which are the anti-corvette missile launchers that I believe the, I forgot what it's called, the assault frigate has. No, the missile frigate has those. Never mind. But those are the anti-corvette variants of the missile launcher, because they do a little bit more damage and they're a little slower. And it also comes with 8 KAC 35 rapid-fire hull defense guns built into the hull, so we can't actually see it on the outside. And then also comes with 2 MWS hardpoints, which are these upgrades that I showed you, that was kind of showing off earlier. So these are like defensive upgrades you can put on the ship to help it survive a little bit longer. So we could put a mass driver MRG 300 dual cannon, which is really, really big. It's a heavy 300 millimeter linear mass accelerator cannon, which is an anti-frigate cannon. And you can upgrade it to have a proximity burst unguided shell, so it explodes like the Fletcher cannons and does an area of effect. This is strong versus frigates, mediocre versus capital ships, weak versus fighters because it can't really track them. And yeah, it goes on the starboard side, which I believe is the right side. And then we have a quad laser turret we can put on, a 550 megawatt quad laser cannon, which is great against frigates, destroyers, and carriers. And it's okay versus corvettes and battlecruisers, and weak versus fighters. So it's like a 2 gigawatt pulse cannon. Pretty cool. And then we have homing munitions, which is a rapid fire 200 millimeter homing rockets and a 60 millimeter proximity burst. Pretty cool. That's great against killing fighters and corvettes because it's rapid fire. And it's weak versus frigates and capital ships because of the lack of firepower. And then we have the heavy plasma lance, the HPL 900 dual cannon, which is a turret with a medium engagement range, and it's anti-corvette. So interesting. It's got pretty good tracking power, but not enough firepower to really go against anything bigger than corvettes. And it's not really good against fighters because it's a big turret, so it doesn't have the rotational speed to keep up with fighters. And then we have a medium range missile launcher, which is the MRM-8 launcher. This is an anti-fighter bomber corvette. It's a fast-moving missile that can help defend the ship. And then we have a Trinity laser turret. An HLC 9000 triple-barreled turret. That is, I'm going to build one of those because that sounds awesome. Build that, and then I'm going to build the quad laser turret. So that is a 9 gigawatt triple-barreled cannon to protect it against capital ships. And also has a long range, 8 gigawatts, 8 kilometers. And it's mediocre versus frigates because the frigates can outmaneuver the cannon because it's a slow-firing cannon, and weak versus fighters and corvettes because it just can't really target those. So let's get this built because I actually really want to see that. It would be really, really cool. But the strike carrier, we can't build any fighters and corvettes because it's been retrofitted to be a battle carrier. So it can store stuff. We can build a couple different modules on it. We could put like electronic warfare modules on it, an engineering support module. Let's go ahead and read about these while we're waiting for that stuff to get built. So electronic warfare module. The description is electronic warfare systems and C-31 module disrupts enemy sensors, enhances friendly ship targeting systems, and coordinates units with EWS radius. Increases sensor detection range to 12 kilometers and triples detection range in dust clouds, so you can see things in dust clouds a little bit easier. And it jams the enemies up to 9 kilometers. So very, very cool. And then engineering support module, engineering division facility based for zero-G damage control parties, assists with repairs on nearby vessels and docked craft, jumpstarts and disabled craft. Interesting. Gain effective range of 3,000 meters, so it helps improve the repair speed of nearby ships. And then enhanced sensor suit, increased sensor detection range to 12 kilometers and increases detection range in dust clouds to 5 kilometers. So this is kind of like the electronic warfare module, except it only affects you. It doesn't affect the enemy. So pretty cool. But we got those turrets built. Let's take a look at them. So here is the Trinity turret, which it looks similar to the heavy ion or heavy pulsar turret from the heavy cruiser. But yeah, it's each one of those is a Trinity shot. Very cool. And then this guy over here, which is the 550 millimeter quad turret, looks pretty freaking cool too. Very beefy turret design. But anyways, that's all the carriers. We only can build 2 carriers in this mod. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the production ships. Actually, one thing I forgot to check before we go to the carriers, I want to see how many ships they can dock. So the auxiliary carrier can dock 10.
Ready.
Strike carrier can dock 6. So yeah, that's one of the differences between them. Strike carrier is much more fleet focused, where the auxiliary carrier is more building up the fleet and staying in the back lines. But next, let's take a look at our mothership. Now, there's no description or anything for the flagship because it's kind of the same as the main ship, but if you guys have never played Homeworld before, your flagship is capable of building all of your fighters, all of your corvettes, all of your frigates, and capital ships up to heavy cruiser class. The heavy cruiser and battleships have to be built from your shipyard because your shipyard has a bigger capital ship production bay, so we can actually fit all those out. And we can also build our platforms, which we'll be checking those out in the next episode. Same with our utility class ships, and then our modules, which we have research modules, which allows you to do research, cloak generator, which allows you to cloak your ship, and I think ships around it too. Your gravity well generator, which prevents enemies from hyperspacing on top of you. Your hyperspace module, which allows you to hyperspace your ship and ships around it. All ships within this radius will be able to hyperspace. And then the fire control tower, which improves your combat readiness of your ships, allowing them to improve their accuracy and improve their damage. And that's about it. There's not much to... Oh, and you also have your sensors. So your advanced sensors array, which increases the radius of your sensors so you can see more around you when you're in sensor mode. And then hyperspace sensors, which allows which lets you know if an enemy hyperspace is like within a certain radius of your mothership. That's about it. There's not much to really talk about the Vaygr mothership. It's pretty much the same from Homeworld 2. So, yeah. Nothing super special about it.
Standing by.
And then this baby over here is our shipyard, which is our largest production vessel in the Vaygr fleet. So you can build all the fighters, corvettes, frigates, and then you can build every capital ship you can possibly make, including other shipyards if you absolutely have to. Because I think you can build multiple shipyards, but normally you just only need one, because the main purpose of your shipyard is to build your large battlecruisers and to provide, like, if you need to spam fighters and whatnot out faster, you have another ship that can build that stuff. And it can build your platforms, it can build all of your resource stuff. You build your modules and your sensors. But yeah, there's nothing super special about the shipyard in this mod. It's kind of the same as in Homeworld 2. I think the only difference is they do have some defenses built into them, because the whole defense guns and whatnot have been modified in this mod to be more effective. Because in Homeworld 2, one of the interesting things about the large capital ships or the large production vessels is their defenses are pretty much useless. Like, they have like 8 defense turrets built into the mothership, but they just don't do anything. They don't do enough damage to handle whatever is being attacked by them. And Tactical Fleet Simulator took the role of the Homeworld 1, where your mothership in Homeworld 1 had some powerful defenses, so it can defend itself from like 1 or 2 a small squadron of frigates, or like if like a fleet of like interceptors came in, the mothership could easily take care of it. So they kind of been modified to do a little bit more damage, so you don't do so you can survive a little bit longer if you need to. Okay, and now all we have left to talk about are our battlecruisers.
Roger.
So, in this mod, we have 2 battlecruisers. We have the traditional battlecruiser, which you can build from Homeworld 2, and then the upgraded version of the battlecruiser known as the Battleship. So your battlecruiser, again, it gets module slots it can put on it. You can get all of the special weapons that you can put on it that I showed off from the Striker carrier, so we're not going to go through that again because it's all the same. Honestly, having a couple Trinity lasers and turrets with the giant Trinity cannon on the battleship or battlecruiser would be amazing. Anyways,
Flagship.
let me go ahead and check this so that we can take a look at the description of the battlecruiser. Okay, battlecruiser, the BLG-99, role anti-cruiser destroyer, subclass battlecruiser, build time 220 seconds, so it's a little bit, actually it's a lot longer than the heavy cruiser, which was 160. And in this mod, I classify destroyers, cruisers, and battlecruisers as 3 separate class types because of the firepower and like armor differences between all those. Tech level, Mark 1 battleship. Engagement range, long. Prerequisites, capital ship facility, hyperspace tech, shipyard, cruiser heavy chassis, and battlecruiser light chassis. And also because of the fact the game, does cruiser heavy chassis and destroyer heavy chassis, to me, it's just a completely different class. armament comes with 3 50 gigawatt Trinity pulse cannons at a range of 7.5 kilometers. That's these bad boys up here. That's pretty much what this battlecruiser is known for, is this gigantic Trinity cannon, which is this giant, like, it's basically a super upgraded version of a pulse laser that's been, that acts like a kinetic bullet. So it's just 50 gigawatts of energy pounding the side of your ship. It does a massive amount of damage. The song is perfect for what's going on right now. Thank you, Tara. You're good at picking up the good stuff. And then it also comes with 6 ASM-50, which are 75 kilotons of TNT fusion missile launchers, and that's this baby up here. That's the other very deadly, very powerful weapon that the battlecruiser has on. Comes with 4 PL-300, which is 300 megawatt plasma lance CIWS systems, which I believe are here. That is the anti-corvette defense system built into the battlecruiser. And then also comes with 1 PLC-50 dual turret, which I think is an anti-fighter because it's a 50 millimeter defense turret. Yeah, that's right here. It's an anti-fighter defense turret. And then also comes with 5 KAC 35 millimeter rapid fire hull defenses, which again are more like anti-fighter defenses. It also has the ability to dock its own fighters, so you can have some fighters docked in to protect it from enemy fighter invasions. Because again, this is a battlecruiser, so it does have some defenses, but it's not designed to go against fighters. They can take it down over long periods of time.
Copy.
And then, yeah, it has the 2 upgrade points that I talked about already. Strong versus destroyers, cruisers, and frigates. Mediocre versus other battleships. And again, that's because battleships, they are designed to take down anything that's lower than it, that isn't fast moving. So other battleships, it's going to have problems because they're going to match each other in firepower. Weak versus bombers and attack corvettes. Basically, it's weak versus strike craft that are anti-capital. So bombers, I think plasma gunships are in this one. I might be thinking of the other mod I've been playing. Lance fighters, nope. Laser corvettes. So laser corvettes, plasma corvettes, those guys are very, very powerful against this guy. Description. Battlecruisers are powerful capital ships armed with long-range weapons and equipped with strong armor plating designed specifically for eliminating hostile cruisers, destroyers, and strike carriers. So yeah, anything that isn't like a battle cruiser, this thing will easily take care of. I also love where the bridge is on this thing. It's right there. You get a perfect shot, a perfect view of the Trinity cannon when it goes off. There's another one down here, but that might be like the ship maintenance area. Okay, and now we have one more to look at, the Battleship. The Battleship looks similar to the Battlecruiser. It can still do the same thing, but it does have a sensor subsystem it can be installed, which has an ASM 5070 launcher array, which is interesting. Oh, so we can replace this with something else. We can replace that with a turret array system. A 6 times 6 dual 10 gigawatt turrets. Holy bejeebus, man. I kind of want to see that.
Decommission acknowledged.
Oh, wait, nope.
Setting drives to idle.
Don't decommission the entire thing. So, if this launcher bay gets destroyed, we can replace that with this. Interesting. Let me see, is that a research we do? No, I think it comes with it. Interesting. But that would be really, really cool to see. Because that would be 120 gigawatts of heavy pulse lasers coming after you, plus the Trinity cannon. Yeah, this baby does a massive amount of damage.
Confirmed.
Anyways, let's read about it. Battleship. BHG-99. Role Anti-Cruiser Destroyer. Subclass Battleship. Build time 265 seconds, so about 45 seconds longer than the normal Battlecruiser. Tech level Mark II Battleship. Engagement range long. Prerequisites: Capital Ship Facility, Hyperspace Tech, Shipyard, Cruiser Heavy Chassis, Battlecruiser Light Chassis, and Battlecruiser Heavy Systems. Lots and lots of research to get this baby going. Armament comes with 3 50 gigawatt Trinity pulse cannons, so the same as the Battleship or Battlecruiser. 8 ASM-50 75 kilotons of TNT fusion missile launchers, again same as the other one. 12 ASM-50 25 kiloton missile launchers, which I believe is these babies on the side.
Roger.
I kind of want to know where this one is. Oh, it's this guy right here. Oh, so the turrets would go here if we didn't have all of the missiles.
Acknowledged.
Okay, let's continue reading about this. I want to build this to see what it looks like with those giant ion cannons. And then comes with 4 ASM-70, which are 125 kiloton missile launchers, which I believe is built into this one. I think it has both. That's why it says it's a 50-70. So 12 25 kilotons and 425 kilotons. That is a lot of firepower. 2 SRM-7 launchers, which is the, I believe, anti-corvette defensive launchers, defensive missiles. I think it launched somewhere around here. And then it also comes with 4 PL-300 Plasma Lance CIWSs. Again, that's the anti-corvette defensive system. They come from these little guys. Then 1 PLC-50 dual anti-fighter turret. That's this guy up here, right next to the bridge. And let's see, and then it comes with 5 KAC-35 rapid fire hull defense guns. So,
Roger.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Acknowledged.
Because I really want to know
Confirmed.
what the
New construction
the ion thing looks like.
Good. Keep it moving.
So let's
Copy.
get that built, and then we'll put a bunch of Trinity cannons on this.
Roger.
And while that's all being built, let's read a little bit more about it. Strong versus excuse me. Strong versus battlecruisers, destroyers, and frigates. Makes sense. This is a purely anti-capital ship killer. Mediocre versus other battleships. Makes sense. They'll be exchanging the same amount of firepower, so it'll be an okay matchup for that. And weak versus bombers and anti-corvettes. Again, same as the other one. It has some anti-fighter and anti-corvette defenses, but it's not designed to go against them.
Ready for operation.
Oh my
Moving
god.
along.
Oh my god. Okay, so this just looked like a bigger version of the heavy cruiser, which I like.
Acknowledged.
So it's got 2 gigantic turrets. Oh, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's basically the layout of the old heavy cruiser. That's amazing. How big were these? It's 6 dual. Oh my god. Lots and lots of firepower.
Acknowledged. Subsystem.
See, we got one of the
construction
Trinity
complete.
cannons built too.
It's coming together.
Where did the Trinity cannons go on this guy? Oh, they're a little bit lower. Cool. Freaking cool.
Ready.
The size of the power plant in order to make all this work would just be completely insane.
Standing by.
Alright, let's read the description of the battleship. Full-scale battleship. The BHG is the strongest capital ship fielded by the Vaygr. Yeah, that's pretty much all you have to say.
Roger.
It has a crap ton of firepower.
Stand by for acquisition
Let's
and
see how it
transfer.
looks with the last Trinity cannon on.
Subsystem manufactured.
Should go right here. Or not.
Confirmed. Copy.
Apparently they went on top of each other.
Acknowledged. Standing by.
Huh. Weird. Should have been on the right side. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it. That is all of the capital ships that you can build on the Vaygr side. So I hope you guys enjoy this. We have one more episode left, and we will be done with this series where we talk about the platforms and the utility ships you could build for the Vaygr. And then after we get done with the next episode, I have a special series I want to start up. I'm not really going to say much about it, but I think you guys will enjoy it. But anyways, it's not going to be Homeworld related. I'm just going to throw that out there, but I think you guys will like it. It's a game that I really, really enjoy, and yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about it because then this will be an hour-long video of me just talking about it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy this. Please leave a like if you did. If you like what I do, consider subscribing, and I will check you guys out in the next video. Until then, get this in the photo because there we go. That's going to be our thumbnail. Until next time, guys, this is Captain Soban signing out.
The Vaygr have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated. The Mothership must survive.